G'day. Are you planning on going to an F1 race this year? If so, what ticket are you going to buy? Because there's a multitude of options, all providing different views, levels of comfort and hospitality. You could spend $100, you could spend $1,000 on an F1 ticket. But why such a huge range? You're about to find out. Like most major international sports, Formula One ticket pricing is all over the place. So to give you an idea of what your money will get around the world, I've done some homework for you. Let's kick off at the lower end. And this might surprise you, but one of the cheapest tickets you can buy for Formula One is in Monaco. $83 will get you a ticket for the Monaco Grand Prix on the Saturday, quali day. It's not a grandstand though. It's on a steep hill, but it overlooks the last two corners. Amazing value for such a magnificent view. Now, there are no seats, there are no viewing platforms. You'll need to bring your own chair, and some people actually chain their chairs to trees each night and come back and unchain them the next day. What about food and beverages? No, nothing on offer up there. You'll need to bring your own. But when you look at the price of $83, I think it's one of the best buys that you'll find all year at Formula One. Unfortunately, some countries' websites won't allow you to buy tickets for the race unless you're inside the country. I'll give you a little workaround here. Get Surfshark VPN and trick it into thinking that you're in the same country that they're in. Surfshark is an app and a browser extension that allows you to position your device anywhere in the world. Now that's important for someone like me that travels a lot, because in some places I can't use WhatsApp. I can't get certain websites or apps simply because of blocks put on it by those countries. Surfshark allows me to get around that. And if you're a Netflix or a Stan user and you want a whole lot of different content that you can't see normally, positioning yourself in another country using Surfshark gets around that. And right now, if you click on the link below, you not only get 83% off, you get 3 extra months free and a money-back guarantee. What are you waiting for? The Japanese Grand Prix is one of the cheapest races to attend. $125 gets you a 3-day general admission pass, but your general admission ticket actually gets you grandstand seating. My favourite spot to watch the race from would be Grandstand B at Turn 1. But if you're an avid photographer, why don't you join all of these fans who bring their cameras, and I think they're actually members of camera clubs, and they sit in the stands between turns 3 and 5. And on top of the on-track action, there's plenty to do off-track. There's this magnificent fan zone out the back of the main stand. They have drivers come over for appearances. There's a whole host of food and beverage outlets and a real party atmosphere. The fans, well, they are some of the best that you'll find anywhere in the world. The atmosphere is marvellous. And there's even an amusement park butted right up against the track and a Ferris wheel where you can actually watch the race from. I remember shooting from there one particular event, probably back in 2017, and the views were spectacular. What does $470 get you at the Austrian Grand Prix? I'm glad you asked, because it will get you a 3-corner hopping grandstand ticket. What is a hopping grandstand ticket? It's one of the great ideas that the Austrian GP has put forward. You can sit in a different stand for every day that you're at the track. Friday, start at the Zeal grandstand. Saturday, the Red Bull grandstand in Section H. And on Sunday, you watch the race from Section A. Be under no doubt that the Austrian Grand Prix is a great event. It's such a good atmosphere. Lots of Dutch supporters, obviously, in orange. And being a short circuit, they'll come past you 71 times. I love this idea of a different grandstand each day, and I think for $470, it's pretty good value. What does $580 get you at the Belgian GP? Well, it gets you a spot at arguably the most famous corner in F1 history, Eau Rouge in the Gold 3 stand. This circuit has so much history, it's set in beautiful forests, and while you'll probably bring a rain jacket and an umbrella, the beauty of this stand is it's undercover. Of course, in 2021, I stood out in that rain for a goodly number of hours, as a lot of you did. But this is the spot to sit. It's perfectly positioned for seeing those cars come up the hill towards you. And as you know, there have been some major events at that particular corner over the years. From $580, let's jump to $1,800. This is at the Miami Grand Prix, and the prices I'm giving you here are retail prices. And as you know, tickets sell out very quickly now with F1, and a lot of these tickets are coming up on reselling pages at 2, 3, 4, 5 times the price. And in particular in America, they'll pay that money, such is the demand. But what does $1,800 get you at Miami? This gets you a 3-day ticket, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, in a stand that is partially covered. You do get a great view of the start of the race, all the grid action prior to the race, the pit stops during the race, and into the pits in general throughout the whole 3 days. But you don't get to see the podium ceremony. Why? Because that's on the other side of the Hard Rock Stadium. At the end of the race, the drivers are ferried via golf cart underneath the stadium and end up on the platform on the other side. But I guess you can't have everything. And this ticket is the most expensive grandstand ticket in Miami that doesn't include any hospitality. There are much better stands to watch the race from, with better overtaking opportunities, such as the Marina Grandstand and the Turn 18 stand. Or if you're just there for the social side of the event, get yourself a ticket to the Miami Beach Club, where you don't have to watch any racing. You can loll around in the pool and just drink yourself silly and dress however you want. Next up, we'll go to the Netherlands, and I'm a big fan of the Dutch GP at Zandvoort on the beach. And for just shy of $2,000, you can get yourself an F1 Live package, a 3-day race ticket in the pit grandstand, and one of the highlights without a doubt will be the F1 Live experience that's on the track on Thursday night. Now, I've done a couple of these, actually photographed them, where drivers and personalities come out and speak to you about their life in Formula One. Now, for this sort of money, you'd expect food and drink, and you get it. You also get a VIP pit lane walk. And I can tell you, that's one of the main reasons that I got into Formula One. Going back to Abu Dhabi, I was with Red Bull, and I would go down in the pits for Red Bull, and I'd stand around and look at what they were doing and just soak in this buzz. And in the end, it got me, and that's why I'm now shooting Formula One. And two other things that come in that package are a guided track tour and a photo of you standing with both the driver's trophy and the constructor's trophy on the track on the Thursday or Saturday night. I've got two more examples to throw at you, both more expensive than the one we just looked at. So what does $3,000 get you? It gets you Champions Club at the Spanish GP. You can bet the weather will be warm for Spain, and it's about a 30-minute drive from the city. But for your $3,000, you get a 3-day hospitality ticket with gourmet food and premium drink selection. A lot of you want to know how you can get into the paddock. Well, this ticket is one of very few that allows you paddock access. Now, it's not like you can hang around there for 4 days, but you can do a 30-minute guided tour. And that's something the general public don't get. On top of the paddock access and the food and drink, there are some driver F1 legend appearances with Q&A sessions. There's an F1 executive appearance, and there's a pit walk and championship trophy photo opportunities on one of the days. That's for just shy of $3,000. How does $13,000 appeal? Yes, $13,000 gets you the Legend package. And if we take the Austin GP, you're going to get Paddock Club for all 3 days. That's the corporate area above pit lane. So if you're lucky enough to be standing above a team that's pitting, you get this marvellous view from above. For that sort of money, you get the very best food and the very best beverages. There's a champagne bar, there's driver interviews, team principal interviews, but this, I think, is probably the piece de resistance. You get 1 day paddock access on the day of your choosing. You can spend the whole day in the paddock. If you're focused on getting a selfie or an autograph of every driver, this is the package you need. Nothing else gets you quite as close. And there are two other things worth noting. You get pit lane walks daily, and you get access to the podium ceremony on Sunday. You can stand where I stand to photograph the podium. You could even get covered in champagne. That's what $13,000 gets you in Austin. Let's quickly have a look at Las Vegas, because without a doubt, that's going to be a monster in terms of pricing. Although I thought the general admission ticket for $500 wasn't too bad, because I understand that gets you a certain level of food and drink. And if anyone has actually bought one of those tickets, I'm very keen in the comments below to see what they've actually said is included. The cheapest grandstand seat was just over $2,000, and the front straight ticket is around $2,600. But they will resell at a multiple of that price. Hang on. In Bahrain, I became aware of an even more exclusive F1 package. It's the 3-day garage package. It's available at just 10 races this year, priced between $30,000 and $32,500, but it puts you in pit lane in a lavishly decorated garage. The cars pass just meters from you, and you get top shelf beverages, amazing food presented in spectacular fashion by by a 2-star Michelin chef. This is Tom Sellers. You can wander the paddock at your leisure. You can view the action from one of the Paddock Club suites above, watch the podium celebration in pit lane, and there's a whole lot more included. And being priced at the upper level, I imagine you'll be mixing with the rich, the famous, the royal, and the privileged. So if that's your thing, perhaps the F1 Experience's 3-day garage package is right up your alley. And one final stat, about 58% of you are not subscribed. Go figure. 58%, 42 haven't, thank you for that. If you're one of the 58%, please hit the subscribe button. And like the video too, because that helps with the algorithm. For all of my digital images, head to prostarpics.com. For F1 photo books like this one, which is my bestseller at the moment, the 2022 Best of Formula One book, go to kimillman.com, where you'll also find wall art and signed pictures by the likes of Valtteri Bottas, Pierre Gasly, Nick De Vries, Alex Albon, and a couple more. And for my best images live from the track and all during the week, go to Instagram, search @KimIllman. Thanks for watching and stay passionate. None of it's. You're not looking at the same race, mate. This is Miami right here. Oh, hang on.
Half of it's covered.
Oh yeah, at the back.